FIGGIE fiends and collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another review. Not on a FIGGIE, not doing a FIGGIE today, I'm doing something a little more sophisticated, a little more elegant. We're going to be having a look at a bust. No, not my bust, you filthy animals. We're having a look at the Gentle Giant Grand Admiral Thrawn bust. First, as per usual, we'll be having a look at the packaging, then the item itself. You've got this very high-end black packaging. Of course, the item you would be able to see in that window just there. Of course, I've taken it out for the purpose of this review and because I want it on my shelf, not sat in a box. Star Wars Grand Admiral Thrawn at the bottom there. You've got the companies that have worked on this, Gentle Giant Limited and Diamond Select Toys. This is for ages 14 and up. Apparently. You've got pictures on the sides of the box of the actual bust. You've got a side profile there and a front profile there. On the back you've got Star Wars Rebels at the top there. Nice picture of the character from the show. A bit of a bio on the character and a bit of a description on the manufacturing of this product, basically. Main takeaway from this, it's limited to 3,000 pieces. So they're not going to go just yet, but they're going to go at some point. So get on it while you can. Your legal MacGuffins on the bottom, if you do care. And on the top, you've just got Star Wars Thrawn, Gentle Giant Limited. Very, very high-end packaging. I love how you can actually see the item that you're getting in the box there. That's the packaging out of the way and done with. Let's take a look at the product itself. One thing I'd like to mention straight off the bat is I'm not really a bust high-end collectible collector, but if there's something I do like, it's always a thing that I do try and pursue effectively. This was no exception. If I'm going to get a high-end collectible, it has to be of a character that has some semblance and personal connection to me. Grand Admiral Thrawn is one of my favourite Star Wars characters, and this bust is absolutely stunning. It's like they've physically pulled the animated picture off the screen and put it into a physical thing. For me as a collector, that's what I love about collecting, and this is that. It's like they physically ripped it off the screen, brought it into being effectively. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The paintwork, the sculpt, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see all the different shades of blue and skin tones that they've put into his face. His hair's really beautifully sculpted. It looks animated, of which is the intensive purpose that you really want from this. As you can see, you've got the gold shoulder rank things just there. On the collar, you've got the silver arrows, the rank badge as well, and the Imperial code cylinders. Just some line detailing on the arms and the shirt as well. Just really, really beautiful. Now, there's not really too much going on from the back, and you wouldn't really expect it from a bust, but something that I do like about this particular bust is the fact that, you know, you've got it at face value like this. It's Thrawn, he's just got his arms crossed. You know, that's kind of the silhouette you expect with Thrawn. He's always either in a sort of analytical pose or very standing at attention, very inquisitive sort of look. The thing that I love about this though is the fact that if you turn the bust around, he's actually holding Hera's Calicori, which you can sort of see when you've got it at that front profile, but it's not that noticeable. But when you turn it around, there's actually something to look at from the back, of which isn't so much the case with a lot of the Star Wars busts. But I love that detail that they've just put that in there. It was something they could have completely missed out or omitted, but really that just shows some real thought, some attention to detail, and love for the thing that they're making effectively. So the thing that he's holding is
some primitive native trinket.
It's a Calicori, a revered Twi'lek heirloom passed from parent to child through generations, worthless to outsiders, priceless to family.
Each family member adds a piece to the sculpture, and because Thrawn is an avid art collector or studier, this is how he works out who Hera Syndulla is.
I like to know the deeper meanings of the pieces I collect. To me, they are not merely trophies, but symbols that truly represent some of my greatest adversaries.
So if we just have a look at the Calicori, this is made from sort of plastic, it's quite rubbery. I'm guessing it's a little bit durable for when it's being shipped out and stuff, so it doesn't break, so there's a bit of give when it's being knocked about. But the hand's holding that, and it's really beautifully painted with the fingernails in a different colour. Just some real attention to detail. Then at the bottom, of course, of this bust, you've got the stand, which it's well, obviously moulded onto, and that's painted in black, as you can see. There's no details painted on there. I've seen some of the busts that they've done where they've kind of got some interesting design choices, which is cool, but I do think it pulls away from the thing that you're meant to be looking at just a tiny bit. I like this where they've just left it as a plain black. It doesn't really deter from what you're meant to be looking at. It just looks very sophisticated. I think that's the best way to describe a lot of the products that Gentle Giant creates. They just look really sophisticated and have a lot of thought put into them. Now, if we look at the bottom, you can see these little rubber stoppers just to keep it on the shelf, and also to stop any paint rub for this. You've got Gentle Giant Limited, Star Wars, Grand Admiral Thrawn, the scale mini bust, as well as the edition that you get. You do also get a certificate confirming that in the box. This thing is just so beautifully crafted and painted, and like I said, literally like they've just pulled it from the screen and brought it into physical being. If Hot Toys or Sideshow ever do a 12-inch high-end collectible figure, I'd be totally on it, and I'm sure they will at some point. It'll probably be based on the live action look. As and when that happens, let's face it, it's probably going to happen. It's most likely going to happen. I'm going to gush when that happens. I'll be all over that. But this for me is, I'll take anything that I can get with Grand Admiral Thrawn on it. And this was a must. Like I said, I'm not one that's really into bust collecting, but this was the exception. So that's pretty much all my thoughts on this thing. If you are a Grand Admiral Thrawn fan or a Rebels fan, and you're into your high-end collectibles, you're definitely going to want to get this. Although it does come down to personal preference. I don't think it'll be one for everyone, but that's pretty much all I've got to say on this thing. I highly recommend it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And this is me, Daniel East 1000, signing out, and thank you very much for watching that fairly brief little video.